Okay, here we go. Looking at page 73. I'm going to do 3 of the problems. 2 of them are pretty easy, and the last one is the hardest one. So try to make some predictions as we go. Think about what you think the correct answer would be, etc. So I'm going through it, and then you're going to do the rest. You're going to do all the odd ones. So this is only 3 of them. Now, one way that we can solve these is the shortcut method. The shortcut method is that we can get a 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 in our denominator, and we can just read this and write it as a decimal. So basically doing the reverse of what you did last time on page 71. This is 3/10. It's already written with a 10 on the bottom. This is 3/10. Well, guess what? That's 3/10. There we go. Sometimes we might have to do a little work to get there. On this one we already had 10. Well, there's no decimal place for fourths. However, I could get 4 to become hundredths by multiplying 4 by 25. I could do the same thing here because I want to have a equivalent fraction. 1 times 25 is 25. That's 25 hundredths. Well, that's 25 hundredths. Okay? This is a shortcut method. If I was not very good at equivalent fractions and didn't realize I could get 100, I could still solve it. I could solve it through division. Remember, the fraction bar means division, so I can do 1 divided by 4. Notice that my numerator goes in the house. It's okay that the number's smaller. 4 goes into 1, no times. Doesn't fit at all. Add a decimal and a 0 like we did in Module A. 4 goes into 10. It's going to be 2 times. I'm going to have a remainder of 2. I don't put an R. Add an annex of 0. Drop it down. 4 goes into 20. 5 times. And you can see we get the same answer. Okay? So there's 2 ways to do it. The division way and the shortcut way. Now, the good thing about the shortcut is obviously it's easier. It takes much less math. But the bad thing is it's not always going to work. For instance, if you're not good with equivalent fractions, you might not realize you can get 4 to be 100. You might need to go ahead and divide it. Or, take a look at number 11. 16th? Oh no. Can I get that to be 1,000 or something? I'm not sure. I might be able to, but I can't think off the top of my head how I could get this to be 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use division. Now notice that this one has a whole number there. I am going to ignore the whole number for right now. I'm going to ignore it. And I am going to go ahead and solve this part right here. So we have the 5/16. I'm going to divide it just like we did in number 3. I'm going to do 5 and 16. Well, 16 doesn't fit into 5. Okay, so 16 goes into 5, none at all. I add a decimal and a 0. 16 goes into 50. Well, that's going to be 3 times. And I see that 3 times 16 is 48. And that gives me a 2. I have a remainder. I don't put an R. I'm going to put a 0 and bring it down. Alright. We got the 20. 16 is going to fit into 20 1 time. That's 4. And I'll annex another 0 and bring it down. Oh, 16 goes into 40 2 times. This one's going for a while here. Sometimes we might need to solve this for a little while before we can figure out our answer. But finally, at 80, 16 is going to go into 80 5 times. 5 times 16 is 80. And there we go. I have my answer. However, this is not the final answer. I still need my whole number. This is this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole number on there. Okay? So let me kind of draw an arrow over here because I'm running out of space. I'll put my whole number and then my decimal part. And there we go. Don't forget to put your whole number on there, because if you say that this is worth 3,125 10,000ths, well, that's not true, because that would be less than one whole, and this is obviously worth more than one whole because of the 3 holes right there. Alright, so good luck on the other problems, and don't forget to put your homework in the bin with your name on it. Make sure your name's on it. I've been getting a lot of homework with no name on it. Have a great night.